Welcome everybody. I'm going to share my screen with you. Thank you so much for joining me today, joining me on Zoom or watching this recording back. My name's Kate Gardner. I'm a yoga teacher, massage therapist, and I've been working with doterra for just over 5 years now. I'm also a doggy mama and a hormone specialist. And I came to the oils really because of my hormones. I've had a lot of hormone issues my whole life, and now I'm in perimenopause. And the oils really completely changed my life. I started using a couple of different oils for my hormones. I'm going to talk a little bit about the oils in a second. And I was just shocked at how using the oils consistently, little and often, just made massive changes in every aspect of my life, from my emotional well-being to my actual physical pain. And they just enriched my life and just made me feel a happier person. So I just started on this journey because I love them so much. And so here I am, educating and sharing with you today. So thank you very much for being here and watching. 1 second, sorry. There we go. So today we're going to be talking about doterra essential oils and what are essential oils and how do you use them. So this presentation today is a short and sweet introduction to oils, really aimed at people that don't know anything about oils, like all of us don't when we start, or maybe you have seen this presentation and you've now got your kit and you want to watch it back, or maybe you're just working with something in particular and you're wondering if essential oils could help you. So essential oils are natural compounds, and they come from the plants, the roots, the flower, the bud, the grass, of the plant, and they're actually what the plants secrete to protect them from foreign environmental threats and conditions. So they're amazing. These amazing little compounds are produced by the plant, and then we extract them in different ways. Either they're steam distilled or they're extracted from the bark. And really what they are is they're fat soluble, little tiny aromatic compounds that the plants secrete that then we use for ourselves. So it makes sense that, you know, that what Mother Nature gave us, these gifts of the earth, that we're actually able to take these and to be able to use them. And because they're fat soluble, they actually penetrate the cell membrane. So most modern pharmaceutical drugs are water soluble, so they work in a different way, whereas these are fat soluble, so they actually go into the cell. They're safe, they're potent, you can't become addicted to them because they're natural, and they're a really cost-effective way to support your health and your beauty and your emotional well-being as well. So why doterra? doterra actually means gift of the earth, and they're 100% pure. And one thing that a lot of people don't realize is essential oils are really not all created equally. So, you know, you could be buying an oil online and it could say natural, organic, and you think that what you're buying is really pure, when actually a massively high percentage of essential oils are not pure, and they have additives or perfumes or fragrances added to them. Or sometimes what they do is they will just bulk them out with a carrier oil, which I'm going to explain what that is in a second. And they bulk them out with a carrier oil to make them cheaper. So generally, if you're buying frankincense and it's £5, it's essence of frankincense, it's not actually frankincense. So doterra realized this, so they decided to formulate their own form of testing, which is called CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And this basically means to you and I that the oils are very, very thoroughly tested, and they go way beyond the industry average in terms of how they're tested. And if you go onto doterra.com and you put in CPTG or testing, you'll see reams and reams of different tests that they go through to make sure that what you're actually getting in this bottle is 100% pure essential oil. So the way that they source their oils is really important. They actually source in the places of the world where the oil is indigenously created. So, you know, the oils smell amazing, and they smell amazing in part because of the way that they're sourced. So we go to Somalia for our frankincense, we go to Italy for our wild orange and our lemon, our citruses. And what we also do as well is we really support farmers and growers and help them actually sustainably source the oils and actually help them create livings for their family. And I love that about doterra. It's not, we don't own farms, we actually go in and actually help the farmers. And in alignment with that, we also have a charity called Healing Hands that works to really help women, help children, help sex trafficked children, and is actually a doterra charity that really helps people all over the world, that goes hand in hand with the co-pack sourcing. So if you look up doterra Healing Hands, if you look up doterra co-pack sourcing, you'll see all of these lovely stories of villagers and farmers and how we actually support them through building hospitals and education, and that's a real big part of the heart of this business. So it's important to mention that when we're talking about doterra. So who benefits from essential oils, and you know, who and what benefit from essential oils? So everybody benefits from essential oils. You can use them, you know, if you're pregnant, with babies, for the elderly, and obviously there's different dilutions and different ways that we use them for different groups. You know, if you're using essential oil with a baby, you would always use on the feet, and if you were using essential oils with someone who's elderly, you would make sure that you check what medication they're on and use again on the feet or very gentle oils. They can be used as a preventative for your health, so it's really ideal that you're using these oils every day to really protect yourself, as opposed to wait until you've got a headache and then using the oils, although they're good for that too. Using oils as part of your self-care, so you know, smelling the oils, using them on your body oil, just bringing them into your self-care to make yourself feel, you know, less stressed. Using them for digestion, for immunity, for aches and pains, for hormones. To prevent viruses, cold and flus, for energy, and also for sleep, and also for emotional health as well, to make sure, you know, that your body is less stressed. You know, stress is a massive killer in our world, and they can help with depression, with anxiety, with grief, and really matters of the heart. I've got this amazing book called Emotions and Essential Oils that I'm going to quote from a little bit today, that really sort of focuses on the emotional areas of the oils. And you can also make your own cleaning products, and you can spice up your cooking, or you can spice up your water by adding them to water too. So how do we use essential oils? So I'm actually going to demonstrate now. So if you have an oil, then please grab it and let's share together. So I'm going to actually start with an oil called peppermint. I'm going to put a little drop on my hand. So as soon as I open up that oil, some of the little tiny aromatic compounds will start escaping into the atmosphere. So I'm always making sure the lid's on my oil. So when we smell an oil, those little compounds will go up into my nose, into the olfactory bulb, and then into the limbic area of the brain, where the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, and where our hormones are actually created in the brain. But they really affect the limbic area of the brain, which is where we store our emotions and our memory. So when we smell an oil like this, within minutes, it can really affect our emotions and affect trillions of cells all over the body within minutes. So just by smelling an oil like this. But what I like to do is to make a tent. So we put one drop of oil on our hands, like this. Then we rub our hands together. And then we take a few drops, just bringing the oil towards your nose. And with peppermint, I like to open the mouth a little bit too. Amazing, and you can just feel that instantly. So if you're feeling a little bit tired, oh, excuse me, you go back. If you're feeling a little bit tired, or you need a little bit of relaxation, you can just do that, and that has a massive effect. The oils also, especially peppermint, can support your respiratory system, and they can just change your emotional states. If you're feeling sad, they can uplift you. If you're feeling angry, they can calm you. So that's the first way that we use oils. Also, when we put oils in the diffuser, we recommend a cold water diffuser that you plug into the wall. This is also aromatic use of the oil. So whenever I use an oil, I always make sure that I smell the oil. The second way that we can use oils is topically, so using oils on the skin. And when we're using oils on the skin, because they're tiny compounds, we want to make sure that 100% of that oil goes into the skin. So we want to use a heavier oil, a carrier oil. So that could be an almond, a coconut, an avocado, any oil, and that draws the oil into the skin and make sure that 100% of that oil is actually going into the skin. So if you've got muscle aches and pains, any sort of like tenderness, then you can use it on the area of the skin. You can use it on your pulse points. You can use it on your wrist reflexes, on your throat, on your ankle reflexes. Wherever you use the oil, it's actually going to go in because they're lipid soluble. And as I said earlier, we want to, often if we're using on children or babies, use on the feet because the pores are bigger and the skin is slightly harder on the feet. So, and we could also use them as a natural perfume as well. There's lots of recipes online where you can mix them with a little bit of witch hazel or alcohol to stay on the skin longer and make your own perfume. So that's called topical use of oils. And the third way that we use oils, and I love to do this with lemon, is you can use the oils in your water. So we always want to be using glass or metal, never plastic, because they can eat into the plastic. And you can place a little drop of some of the oils, not all of the oils, into your water. You can also use the oils directly under the tongue. I like to sometimes put a little drop of frankincense on my thumb and put it to the roof of my mouth just to help to activate my brain a little bit, because that's the brainstem that goes directly into the brain. You can use them to flavour foods and drinks, and you can use them to support lots of body systems as well. So when you're using lemon, for example, you're getting 40 lemons, and this actually comes from the rind, not the flesh. So you're not getting vitamin C, but you're getting a massive boost of antioxidants. They're also really nice to add to like green smoothies or juices, and they really add to the flavour. I love the citruses in my water and my juices. So I'm going to present now the top 10 oils very briefly for you today. So lemon is the first oil that I'm going to present today, and this is the oil of focus. The citruses tend to be very uplifting. It's a great oil to cleanse with. It's a natural degreaser. I put this in my cleansing spray, and I just love the smell of it. It's really nice in the diffuser in the morning. The second oil is peppermint, energizing. It's cooling, really good if you're feeling a little bit warm in the summer, just to give yourself a little spritz with some water. It's the oil of the buoyant heart. So if you're feeling a little bit flat, it's a real oil to open up the lungs. It's a great oil to use before exercise. It just gives you a little boost. It just opens up just makes you feel great. It just gives you energy. And one drop of peppermint is the equivalent of about 20 drops of peppermint tea, 20 cups of peppermint tea. So it's super powerful. The essential oils tend to be about 60 to 70% more potent than the herbs. So in terms of peppermint tea. So lavender is the oil of communication. It's a great oil for calming, almost like the mama of essential oils. Great for inflammation of the skin. It's nature's antihistamine. I put this in my antihistamine blend. And it's the oil of communication. So if you're struggling a bit with speaking your truth, then it's a great oil. You can massage some to your throat chakra, and it can just help. Or if you've got to do a presentation or you're sharing and you're a bit nervous, then it's a great one to use. Also really good for sleep as well, and good for the skin as well as on most of the flowers. So frankincense is probably one of the most precious oils, and it's just an amazing smell. We source ours from Somalia, and we formed co-ops with the farmers and the growers, so they get a fair price for their yield. It's very calming for the nervous system, it's anti-aging, really good to help regenerate the cells of the skin. So this is in my evening blend that I put on my skin. It's really good in lots of ways to promote cellular function of the body, and there are lots of medical studies that have been done on frankincense. So if you Google PubMed and frankincense, you'll see lots of medical studies that have been done on this oil, and it's the oil of truth. the emotional qualities of this oil. So it's a great oil to practice yoga with, to meditate, and it's just, you know, it's just an amazing oil. You know, you name it, lavender and frankincense do it. They're just good for absolutely everything. So tea tree, or melaleuca as it used to be called, is a really good oil for cleansing the skin. It's a good antifungal oil. So if you're working with anything like candida or any little fungal growths, then this is a great one to use. It's really good for the skin. You know, if you've got spots, I also use this in my cleansing regime, my oil cleanse with this. It's good for the immune system, and it also is the oil of energetic boundaries. So, you know, if you're working with boundaries and you feel that you're a little bit vulnerable in that way, then this would be a good oil to use if you're a therapist, and you can always use this on your feet if you don't want to smell of tea tree. I never used to like the smell, but I love it now. I find it really cleansing. And I also use this in my cleaning range at home as well, just because it's very antibacterial. Oregano is a very powerful oil, very strong smell. It's known as nature's antibiotic. So if you didn't want to take medical antibiotics, then this would be one that you could research. It's quite strong on the stomach, but it is one that if I have a sore throat, I tend to take in a little veggie cap. And I'll take, or I just put it in some honey and gargle with it as well. It's really good to get rid of any kind of irritation in the throat. It's rich in antioxidants, and it's the oil of humility and non-attachment. And I use this, you know, if I'm feeling a little bit unwell, I mix it with some other oils. We have a little remedy called the flu, which you can look up online, and I put that in a little veggie cap, and I also make a roll of it, and I use these oils, tea tree and some other oils, and I'm constantly putting on that on myself. And in places like here in my office, I'm always kind of putting it on myself just to protect myself energetically and also physically as well from viruses and bacteria that are in the atmosphere. So moving on to the blends, I absolutely love this blend. It's called On Guard, and it's a protective blend, and it smells like Christmas, and it's a combination of wild orange, cloves, cinnamon, eucalyptus and rosemary, and these oils have been used throughout history to really to protect us and help our immune system. So this has been a great oil to use over the last couple of years. It really promotes our body's natural immunity. It's great to soothe sore throat. Sorry, I can't speak. I love to diffuse it at home. This is one that I put in my immune roller that I use a lot. And again, it's oil of protection. So if you're working with boundaries, if you're, you know, working with people that kind of challenge you, sometimes we need a little bit of protection. This is a great one to use, and everyone loves the smell of this oil as well. Unlike oregano, which everyone doesn't love. On Guard is a great one. We actually do a whole range in this, and we've got like a mouthwash, a whitening toothpaste, and lots of cleaning products, a foaming hand wash, and there's a whole range that doTERRA do in this, and it's an amazing range. We also do little drops in it as well that you can take to support your immune system. So the second blend is a blend called Air, and this blend is created to really support our lungs and our sinuses and help us with clear breathing. It also really calms the mind, and it's another one that's really good to use before exercise. And this is laurel bay, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom and ravensara. So if you're working with anything to do with the heart, with the lungs, then this is a lovely oil to use, another staple oil. So moving on to a different oil, and this oil is really for the digestion. This oil is called Zengest. And this is a combination of anise, peppermint, ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon and fennel. And it really supports the digestive system. So you can put a little drop in your water, or you can rub it onto your belly with a carrot oil. It's really good for motion sickness, for any sort of bloating. And it's also the oil of assimilation. So if you're a bit overwhelmed and you're feeling that, then this is a good one to use emotionally as well. And deep blue is an amazing oil. This oil can't be taken internally, and it's got a child lock on it because of the camphor. You need to, you know, work with guidance if you're using this with kiddies. Older kiddies can use it for muscle aches, and this is like the doTERRA version of deep blue. So it's really good for any aches and pains, relieves head tension, adds peppermint, and it's the oil of surrendering pain. So any aches and pains in the body, this is my go-to. And it also comes in like a cream, which I love to use. I use it often for massage. So everybody knows doTERRA for the essential oils, but what a lot of people don't know is that we actually do a lot of other products as well. We do a skincare range, a hair care range, cleaning range, and a supplement range. And actually their best selling product is their supplements. And they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you try them for a month, you don't like them, you can send them back and you get a full refund. And these for me have been like the biggest game changer to use in conjunction with the oils. When I was about 42, I started to experience a lot of perimenopause symptoms and getting really tired. And I felt debilitated. I had no energy, and I started taking these. And after about 20 days, some people are a lot faster than me. I just suddenly found all this energy, and a couple of times I've had a break from them, and I've really noticed a depletion of my energy. And they're like, you know, they've been a game changer for my skin, for my hair, for my nails, for everything. And in here, you've got 3 packs. You've got your multivitamins and vitamins. You've got your omegas, which are really good for your heart health and your brain health. And then we've got our Alpha CRS, which are the most expensive of the 3. And these really give you energy and really help with brain fog. And these really work on the mitochondria of the cell. So if you're interested in learning more about these, there's lots of videos on YouTube. I've done a video where I break down each individual ingredient as well. So just shout, DM, and I'll send you over that video. And Dr. Axe actually on YouTube has done a really good video explaining them, and they're bioavailable. So they don't make your pea green. The body sees them as food, and I've had lots of like nutritional therapists look at these, and they're a really good, you know, natural source of vitamins and minerals. And no matter, you know, how healthy you are in these modern times, because of depletion of soil, we really do need to supplement. So if you're interested in these, then please reach out to whoever invited you along to this call. So the way that doTERRA work, and the best way really to get doTERRA, is to start with a little starter kit. And we've got a whole like list of all the different kits. And these are the 2 best-selling kits. And these are the oils that I presented today. So you've got the Family Essentials kit, which are these little 5 ml bottles, which are like about 80 drops in each bottle. And you get 10 oils, all of the oils I presented. So what happens is you'll order your kit. And then once you get your kit, you could watch this presentation back again, but ideally one of us will guide you through how to use the oil so that you don't get too overwhelmed, and make sure that you're using them safely. The same kit is the Home Essentials kit, and that's the larger size, and that's 250 drops in each bottle, and that's a more cost-effective way to start with the oils. And you can see the prices for that. That would be £239, 272 euros, and that would last you a good amount of time. I started with the Family Essentials kit, and I went through it really quickly. We do also have larger kits with bigger savings as well. I just wanted to really focus on these 2 kits today. And again, reach out. We'll make sure that we put the kits and the price lists, you know, we'll send those over to you. So how can you get doTERRA oils? The first way is that you can order through one of our websites, and that's what we call retail. But I don't recommend that, because it's a lot more expensive to buy doTERRA in that way. What I would recommend is that you set up your own wholesale account. Now you can set up your own wholesale account for €24, £24, and then you get your membership for the year, and you always will get 25% off. So you can order 1 oil, 2 oils, once, twice, and you will always get 25% off. I recommend setting up an account with a kit, and then it's free to join. You won't pay the €24, you get 24% off, and then you've got your own starter kit. So you can really start to use the oils in every aspect of your life. And I think that's when you really start to really feel the benefits in your vitality and in your life, and start to switch out some of your more chemical-laden products and actually replace them with doTERRA. And the best way to use your account is actually set up a monthly order. So we call this an LRP. And when you set this up, you get the opportunity to take your account up or take it down. And if you want to get a free oil, then you can. So sometimes I get the free oil, I'll be like, oh, I want that one. Other times I might be like, I don't want that one this month. You've got complete control of your account. But what happens is you start to accrue a percentage that grows and grows and grows every month. So eventually you're getting 30% back of everything that you spend. So please reach out and speak to us about that. doTERRA have got a little safeguard in place. So if you do enroll with a kit or with the €24, you can't actually set up your monthly order that month. You have to set it up the next month. So a little cooling off period anyway, so that you can experience the products. And that's it. So we would love to guide you. So whoever invited you to this presentation, please go back to them and let them know that you're interested. It's our job to really guide you through this process. We have classes every month. We have monthly team gatherings where we share different themes from skincare to hormones to pets. And I'd love you to join my Facebook community if you haven't already, the Oily Tribe. I have a perimenopause tribe called the Perimenopause Tribe. And I'd love you to subscribe to my monthly Yoga and Oils newsletter. And I'm on Instagram as Yoga Love Oils. And please reach out. Maybe you're looking for a business to complement what you're doing. I'd love to talk to you about the business and the opportunity of doTERRA and how you could weave that into your life. If you're unhappy in your job or you just want something different to do, then please reach out. And I'm so grateful that you were here today. I hope this was useful. Please give us feedback and let us know what you thought. And yeah, we're happy to welcome you on this oily journey.